intermediate 2 families. This is a bar exercise, a series of bar exercises, I should say, in order to really work on the rotation of the legs inside the hip sockets, holding on to the turnout by controlling the hamstrings and the glutes, and then really focusing on lifting as high as we can through our ankles and pressing all of our toes into the floor so that we're not only halfway up or rolling out on our feet. So all the exercises that we're working on today are going to focus on these major concepts. So find a bar or a support. Find first position. We're going to begin with demi-pliés and élevés. I'll start the music. Demi-plié. Hold and squeeze. Press those knees over the toes, squeeze it up. Demi-plié. Press those knees over the toes. Scoop the belly, squeeze the glutes, lift it up. Now, use the glutes, use the hamstrings to lift up. Get those heels as high as you can off the floor. Pull up through your quads. Use the hamstrings to rotate the heels forward. Bring it down, second position. Plie. Press those knees out over the toes. And then use the hamstrings and glutes to squeeze up. Plie. And squeeze up. Now, belly, glutes, hamstrings. Help lift the body up. Stretch up through the quads. Feel the ankles pulling upwards. Press all the toes into the floor. Fourth position. Plie. Press both knees out. Get your hips working directly forward. Get your hips in between your feet. Squeeze up. Plie. And elevate. Lift and squeeze. Press your weight in all of your toes. Scoop up through your belly. Keep lifting, don't just hang out there. Fifth position. Plie. Press and squeeze. Feel the muscles working inside the body. Plie. Press and squeeze. And squeeze together and elevate. Now this is not a static position. We're not just standing here. The inside of your body should be feeling the rotation, the length, the lift, constant movement inside the body, and finish. Good, let's work the second side. Press those knees out over the toes. Squeeze it up. Good. Don't just pop down and then settle there or hang out. Keep lifting, keep rotating, keep squeezing. At all times, even if there's not visible outside movement, the inside of your body should feel like it's working very hard. Bring it down, second position. Plie. Press those knees out over the toes. And squeeze up. And plie. And squeeze up. Elevate. Lift. Get as high as you can. Keep lengthening the tailbone to the floor. Keep pulling the ribcage in together. Open the collarbones. Top of the head to the ceiling. Bring it down, fourth position. And plie. Press those knees out evenly. Squeeze it up tall. Plie. Get your hips both working forward. Squeeze it up tall. Elevate. Lifting evenly on both feet. So don't your weight be back or forward. Right between the two. Bring it down, fifth position. Squeeze it up. Elevate. Press your toes to the floor. Lift through your ankles. Lengthen through those hamstrings. Feel the quads lifting from the knees up into the hip flexors. Tailbone to the floor. Shoulders relaxed. And finish. Nice. All right. Moving right along. So that work should have activated all of those foundational muscles, right? You should feel the stretch through your ankles, and they should feel ready to lift as high as they can. The hamstrings should have been woken up by that, and then the origin of the hamstrings into the glutes, so right up in there. That also should have felt that lifting and that rotating. And then at the same time, you should have felt your core engaging, your tailbone lengthening down, your chest opening across, and then the top of the head lifting up. So all of that work should have been started in that last exercise. We're going to continue that work with grand pliés. So we're going to cambrer once, 2 grand pliés, and an élevé. First, second, fourth, and fifth. So begin in first position. Squeeze your knees together. Squeeze your thighs. Squeeze your glutes. Scoop your belly. Tall spine. And I will start the music. Hold on to that. Keep working. Keep lifting. Keep lengthening. And cambrer forward. Stretch. Bring it down. Lift it up. And grand plié. Press the knees. Roll through the feet. Press the heels. Bring it up tall. Press the knees. Roll through the feet. Press the heels. Lift up tall. Elevate. Bring it down. Second position. Reach into your bar. Grand plié. Heels stay on the floor in second position. You just press the knees as far as you can without allowing the torso to displace. So keep that tailbone working to the floor. Keep the chest opening. Keep the spine tall. Elevate, lift and squeeze. Nice tight knees supported through the quads. Fourth position. Lift the arm. Look at the palm. Lift through the torso. Reach back. Recover. And grand plié. And again, grand plié. Press the knees. Roll through the feet. Press the heels. And elevate. Working through both feet. Get your weight in between the feet. Fifth position. And reach. To the floor. Over the side. And recover. Grand plié. Press the knees. Roll through the feet. Press the heels nice and steady with the torso. Don't drop your weight. Don't let your butt stick out. Elevate. Pressing into those toes, stretching up through your heels. Use your glutes. Use your core. And we'll work the second side. Always have critics. Cambrer forward. Stretch. And grand plié. Repeat. Squeeze up tall. Elevate. Tight knees, engaged core, long spine, relax those shoulders. Reach into the bar. And grand plié. And again, grand plié. Keep that chest up, keep the tailbone down. Elevate. to forth. Lift that arm. Lift the torso, look into your hands. Grand plie. And again, grand plie. Very good. All right, something I've noticed in teaching classes with you guys online is that our ability to tolerate holding still has gotten a lot harder. And I've noticed a lot of students in the middle of dancing will stop and they'll fix their shirt, or they'll scratch their face, or they'll fix their hair, or they'll just stop and walk away and then come back. And I would really like you to use this time to fight the urge to do that. When we are on stage, we have to dance the entire time we are on stage. If you are visible to the audience, you are presenting. You cannot fix your costume, you cannot fix your hair, you cannot blow your nose, you cannot scratch something, you cannot walk off stage, right? Now, if there's a malfunction, that's a whole different thing, and you leave as gracefully as possible and deal with it off stage. But just to be sort of mindlessly fidgeting is not part of any performance aesthetic, not even just ballet. And it's hard. It is extra, extra hard when we're home all the time and we're in sort of the mindset of comfortable at home. We're just like, no big deal, fix my pants wherever. Or, my hair's my face. Yes, while you're practicing ballet, please, 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 make an extra effort not to allow those fidgets to happen, because they're creeping into the point that we're no longer aware of them. And that means that we will not be able to stop them once we go on the stage. Secondarily, we're now living in a world where we're not supposed to touch our face when we go out in the world. So when you leave, we assume our home is clean, we clean ourselves, we clean the things in our home, and it's one thing to behave that way at home. But when we go out into the world, we don't know what is clean and what is not clean. And so one way to prevent ourselves from contaminating or touching things that are unclean is to not touch our faces. Which translates almost exactly to how you behave on stage. Pretend like the outside world is a stage. Don't fidget with your clothes. Don't fidget with your hair. Don't touch your face. And it'll help keep us as performers much more conscious of the fact that we have to get through an entire exercise without the distraction of that hair or that shirt, right? That what we're paying attention to is what's happening inside the body and not the minor annoyances that are happening outside. And it is a distinct skill. Learning to ignore those things, learning to cope with those things is hard, and it is a skill. So I'm not asking you to be perfect at it. I'm asking you to start paying attention again. And I'm asking you to practice. Just like we're practicing holding onto our rotation, holding onto our lift. Yes? Okay. So we've done those two things, and I asked you to focus very, very specifically in our pliés about the rotation in your body. Now we're going to move into tendus, and we have to add the layer of extension. And then I also want you to think about not fidgeting. So try to get through one whole half of an exercise without any movements that aren't part of the exercise itself. So I'm going to break down the exercise, and then we'll do it together. And then that way you feel better ready to do it without a fidget so that you are set in what is expected of you. All right, so it's going to go from here. Tendu, Fondue, lift, and close, tendu, fondue, close, tendu, fondue, close, tendu, fondue, lift, and close, tendu, fondue, and close, tendu, fondue, and close, coup de pied. So scoop that foot, retrait, and back to coup de pied, and down, and then we reverse the whole thing. So I misspoke, it's not an en-croix, it's an en dehors with a coup de pied retrait, and then an en dedans with a coup de pied and a retrait. So as we do this, focus super strong on the work you just did, finding your rotation, finding your lift, finding your squeeze, but then also presenting that foot, pulling up through that knee, which we have started, right? We're gonna work our extension from our hip flexor through the quads into that extended ankle all the way through the foot. And then that work in our plie, that nice smooth down and that nice squeeze up will be there. When we work the coup de pied, scoop the foot, right? So I tell the little ones, don't drop your ice cream. Yes. So don't let it tuck, don't let it hook, don't let it be flat, right? We're scooping the foot and we're reaching towards the ankle, reaching towards the knee. Only lift as high as you can without displacing back here or having to lean. So like if you're trying to get your retrait all the way up here and this is what your body has to do to get it there, that's too high. Yes, this placement has to happen first. So as we lift up, right, you adjust here based on what you can control right here. All right, let's do this for real, please. Find fifth position, put your right leg in front, squeeze your knees, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your glutes, scoop your belly, tall spine, hold your arms en bas. I will start the music. Stretch that foot, stretch that ankle. Coup de pied. Roll through the feet. Back to fifth. Tendu. Fondue. Lift. And close. Tendu, fondue. Close. Tendu, fondue. Close. Tendu. Fondue. Lift. Close it to the front. Tendu, fondue, close it back, tendu, fondue, close it front, tendu, fondue, lift, and close, tendu, fondue, close, tendu, fondue, close, coup de pied, scoop that foot, retrait, coup de pied, and roll through. Good. Second side. And tendu, fondue, lift, and close. Tendu, fondue, and close. Do fondue, and close. Tendu, fondue, lift, close it to the back. Tendu, fondue, close it front. Tendu, fondue, close it to the back. And tendu, fendu, lift and close. Tendu, fendu, close, tendu, fendu, close, and coup de pied. Retrait, coup de pied. Roll through the foot. And tendu, fendu, lift and close. Tendu, fendu, close. Tendu, fendu, and close. Tendu, fendu, lift, close it to the front. Tendu, fendu, close. Tendu, fendu, close. Tendu, fendu, lift and close. Tendu, fendu, close. Tendu, fendu, close, and coup de pied. Retrait, coup de pied. Roll through the foot. Nice, and finish. All right. So, in that particular exercise, I very specifically did not include an elevate because I wanted us to focus on the placement of the hips, the scooping of the foot, and finding where this is in your body without the extra layer of balance, right? Because balance adds such another layer that we often forget this. And really what I'm trying to do through this bar exercise is really re-engage those fundamental things that can easily get lost as we add in more difficult skills. So now we're going to add the layer of the elevate. So we have found this placement, right? Our body is working nice and strong with our retrait. It should be placed in our body. We should have a sense of how to hold that there, how to keep that up, and where to place it. So we're going to move into quicker tendus. Let's work through the exercise together once, and then we'll do it for real. Maybe. All right, so arm is in fifth, and we have 1, 2, oh, I want to do those faster, 3, there we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, elevate, susu, plie, and then we reverse the whole thing. So it's very similar to the one we just did, in so much as that it has a rond de jambe en dehors and a rond de jambe en dedans, like the motion of our legs. It goes en dehors, en dehors, en dehors, and up, en dedans, en dedans, en dedans, and up. So if we were to break down the tendus, it would end up looking like a rond de jambe instead of a full-on quad. All right, so this is faster. Just because it's faster doesn't mean we let go. It actually means we hold on tighter. We need to control our bodies even more so that we can execute with speed. So as we're stretching out, right, it's coming from here, it's rotating and pulling up, this is engaging, our ankle is pressing up, our toe is reaching to the floor. Yes, all second line, reach to that corner, right? So we remember that all second comes out of first position and we reach to the corner with that leg. Don't let it go parallel, don't let it turn in, don't let it go to your direct side. Our hips cannot displace. So as we go here, right, our hip alignment has to stay forward. If we go here, that changes our hip alignment, or I can feel it back here, like I can't rotate my glutes in the same way as I can here. So be super cognizant of where your leg is going to that derriere line. Also going line. Now to our derriere line, we're squeezing up, we're stretching. The knee is not soft. The knee is as stretched as it can get. That knee gets stretched from the quad muscles here pulling up, but you should also feel tightness here at the back of the knee. Now that is different from when I say never lock back, right? And you push your knees backwards. It's not that feeling. It's that feeling I talk about where we lift up through our thighs to pull our legs up for straight as opposed to back for straight. But still work to get them visually straight, not locked back. All right, keep all of that in your brain. Find fifth position. Squeeze your knees, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your glutes, scoop your belly, tall spine. I will start the music. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up, up. Susu, plie, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Second side. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core, come up straight. Don't press that shoulder. Susu, out. Nice. Good. All right, so we're slowly adding in layers of control and speed. So for this particular bar, because what I'm focusing on is really reinforcing those fundamentals, I'm only going to do one more bar exercise. We're going to do a little fondue, a little rond de jambe, a little développé, like all together in one bar exercise. And again, this is more about the control. It is more about the extension, the lift, and the armature foundations that are happening inside your body. All right, so let's play some music. We'll talk through the exercise together, and then we will do it for real. All right, so we have coup de pied, retrait, développé, point tendu, rond de jambe, brush through, rond de jambe, and close. Coup de pied, retrait, développé, point tendu, rond de jambe en dedans, brush through first, Watch those hips. 3. Tendu, close. And fondu. Ranjan. Fondu. Ranjan. Small inlayer. Ranjans en dehors à terre. 2, 3. Think about this control. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll reverse it for the same amount of counts, and at the end we have a susu, and then we're going to spend some time here squeezing, lifting, and balancing. All right, find your ready, please. So stand in fifth, put your right leg in front, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your knees. Scoop your belly. Work a tall spine. Open through the front of your body. Beginning with développés. And coup de pied. Keep yourself nice and stacked. Through attitude. Point tendu. And rond de jambe en dehors. Shoulder over your hip, over your ankle. As you extend, lift up. Get that knee straight like we talked about earlier in our tendus. Fondus and fondu. Ranjan. Fondu. Ranjan. Small and layer. Just high enough so that you are aware of the rotation that has to happen. And don't let yourself lean. Nice and smooth going down. Nice and smooth coming up. And small and layer. And 1, 2, through first. 3. All the way to the back, through first. Good. Think about your standing leg. Make sure that it's still working. Make sure that those muscles are supporting your entire body. That they're maintaining their turnout. That your knee is not locking. All right, from here we have susu. Press into all of your toes. Lift as high as you can get onto those ankles. Squeeze your knees. Try to make your hamstrings touch. Squeeze your glutes. Scoop your belly. Tall spine. Open collarbones. Keep those shoulders grounding down. And then work your balance. And plie. And finish. Second side. All right. Really pay attention to this and this as we work. And développé, sorry. 2, 3, point tendu, 4. And back through first. Keep this nice and forward. So work that rotation inside the body. And coup de pied. Pay attention to your standing leg. Don't let it lock as you're standing on it. Stretch that leg straight. Now all the way around. Find all second, even though you're passing through it. So rotate that leg. Yes. And fondu. Even here. Small and layer. Brush. Keep that even. Keep that going around. Tendu, close. Fondu. Ranjan. Fondu. Ranjan. Small and layer. Brush. Keep that going. Tendu. And Ranjan's en dehors. So this part seems easy, don't let yourself check out, right? Don't just brush your way through it. Stay just as engaged here as you are on the most difficult part of this. You have to work just as hard here to keep your hips forward, to maintain your turnout, to maintain your strength. Susu. All right. Press your toes in the floor. Stretch up through those ankles. Get them as high as you can. Squeeze your knees together. Squeeze your thighs. Try to make your hamstrings touch. Squeeze your glutes. Scoop your belly. Tall spine. Tailbone is working the floor. Head is working to the ceiling. Open those collarbones. Find your balance.